Before any creation must come destruction. Beerus. Lord Beerus is the god of destruction of Universe 7. Beerus is the main antagonist of the Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods film and the god of destruction Beerus Saga, but becomes a supporting character in the later sagas. Beerus is the powerful yet lazy and playful like most of the cats. His similarities to cats-like behavior also displays his love for long sleep sessions and how he grooms himself. Beerus is always in a bad mood when he wakes up from his deep sleep, but becomes less grumpy the more he awakes. Beerus is the god of destruction of Universe 7 and his administrative zone includes planet Earth. He slumbers for several years to several decades straight and he destroys planets in his administrative zone during the few years when he is away. As a god of destruction, Beerus usually uses his powers to destroy planets and its inhabitants. But he is strong enough to destroy entire solar system with ease. As said by Whis when he is describing Beerus' might when he is angry. At a greatly suppressed level of powers, Beerus completely dominates Super Saiyan 3 Goku in battle, rendering him unconscious with just a light chop on the neck and barely breathing. His powers are unlimited. The word unlimited is interesting. It could mean exactly what it does. Never running out of energy, just like androids. Or perhaps Beerus' energy of destruction rises the more he thinks of destruction and nothing else. This is just like when Goku's Ultra Instinct abilities improves, the more he reduces the number of thoughts generated. Now he can destroy worlds just with his fingertips. Just a small spark of energy and boom. That's how he destroys the planet way back in chapter 1. The gods are well above even the strongest mortals in all 12 universes. When Granola wished to become the strongest warrior in the universe, the Cerealian dragon specifically said that excluding the gods. So Jiren, Broly and Goku haven't surpassed Beerus yet. Beerus is definitely a universal buster. During their little squabble a long time ago, Beerus and Champa could have destroyed an entire universe if it wasn't for Whis and Vados tapping them on their necks. Now, there are moves that he uses both in the manga and the anime, and there are anime-only techniques too. So let's explore them one by one. Beerus is easily able to destroy all the planets. He once tapped his nail and half of the planet was completely destroyed. He also destroyed a planet completely by letting a tiny bit of energy drop from his finger onto the surface. One of the many techniques he uses is HAKAI. As god of destruction, they possess the power to destroy almost anything with just little effort, even working on intangible beings such as souls in the anime. People destroyed by HAKAI do not go to the other world and simply cease to exist. However, in the manga, Beerus admits that HAKAI does not work against people who are immortal. When something is wiped out by HAKAI, a tremendous amount of energy is released, which creates all of the destruction. We have only seen Beerus using it few times, but now he is training Vegeta to use HAKAI. We might see the technique more often now. HAKAI requires a different kind of energy called as energy of destruction. A god key user creates this type of energy when he solely focuses on destruction rather than reducing thoughts he generates. Without training under an expert, one cannot execute HAKAI properly. It is just like Goku when he unauthorized tries to copy Beerus' HAKAI and fails. In the manga, Beerus and Whis heads to see Zamasu and Gowasu while Shin arrives on his own after checking Zamasu's future. While concerned, Zamasu reveals his true colors and desperately tries to attack him. But Beerus easily catches his attacks and uses HAKAI, leaving nothing but dust. There are many variants of HAKAI, with energy blast, without energy blast, destruction with explosion or without explosion. It's like choosing flavors for your ice cream. Then the next technique is Ultra Instinct, which is still imperfect. There are some confusions on the internet on whether Beerus has Ultra Instinct or not. Beerus can use Ultra Instinct. It's surprising, yes, but it is shown in the chapter 28 of the Dragon Ball Z Super Manga, where Whis said that his body is reacting and dodging on its own, which is basically Ultra Instinct, but only not in the transformation state like what Goku did. In the manga, we see he actually uses it against the other gods of destruction. And in the anime, all Whis says about is Beerus still haven't mastered Ultra Instinct, meaning that Beerus cannot use Ultra Instinct as well as Whis. But he has already imperfect Ultra Instinct and can obviously use it to attack and defend whenever he wants to. Even when Vegeta fanboy got all excited because Vegeta was able to land a few hits, they seem to forget that at certain point where Vegeta hits Beerus, Beerus actually signs. Meaning he was actually allowing Vegeta to do whatever he wants, and still he was not seeing the Super Saiyan God form. This is why after he signs, he immediately takes Vegeta down.
Was that really it? That certainly wasn't the power of a Super Saiyan god. That was child's play.
Beerus' fight with Goku was such a breeze that he didn't even bother using Ultra Instinct at all. So in more than one way, anyone can say that Beerus uses way less than 1% of his true powers. The next technique is sealing technique. This is not openly revealed in the manga, but it is in a subtle way. After Future Trunks' timeline got erased and brought back later on, Supreme Kai tells him to contact Beerus in his timeline to eradicate Zamasu. But the corrupted Kai is immortal, so how would Beerus do it? Whis answers that he and Beerus both possesses a sealing technique that surpasses Mafuba. Beerus did use this technique to seal away the old Kai in the Z Sword some 75 million years ago. And old Kai was stuck in there until Gohan broke the sword a few years ago. Breaking the Z sword is much harder than breaking the seal of Mafuba. Even Pilaf could do it. Moving on to the next technique, it is immune to poison. Beerus, after awakening, goes to some random planet and enjoys a feast prepared by inhabitants. They mix the poison in the food in hopes of killing him. But Beerus was immune to the poison food served to him. While that's not necessarily because of his god ki, it is indicative that he is immune because he is a god, and Whis would be as well. The next technique is Life Link. Life Link is a special ability where two beings' life forces are linked together, thus if one dies, the other one will die as well.
だな、ビルス様が誰かのことを心配するなんて。
海洋神と破壊神はセットなのですよ。
セット？
海洋神が死ねば破壊神も死んでしまうのです。
ほんじゃビルス様を倒したかったら海王神様をやっつけりゃいいってことか？
This ability is a natural aspect of Namekain fusion, though it connects the Supreme Kais and the God of Destruction to ensure the balance between destruction and creation. In Dragon Ball Super, it is revealed that Beerus and Shin, as well as the other counterparts in other universes, are life-linked to ensure the balance between creation and destruction as a part of a set. However, as a result, the God of Destruction are vulnerable if their universe's Supreme Kai are killed, which is more likely as the Supreme Kais are usually weaker than the Gods of Destruction. Because of this knowledge of the life link, it is closely guarded secretly, known to only some Supreme Kais, God of Destruction, and their attendants like Angels and Zeno. The next technique is KIAI. It is a technique in which the user uses ki to manipulate the air currents around him in order to strike the opponent with powerful shock waves. According to Daisetsu, there are three types of KIAIs. The first one is KIAI cannons. This attack fires an invisible, massive bundles of ki at your opponent, sending him flying. Strong fighters like Jiren, UI, Goku and Beerus uses this move very often. Then the next type of KIAI is KIAI Eyes, a technique where you blow away your opponent by glaring at them sharply. It is an invisible attack that is capable of taking the enemy by surprise. The next type is KIAI Extinguisher, a technique in which you simply fire a KIAI to extinguish a ki-based attack. Now moving on to the next type of technique, it is Visionary Ability. Beerus seems to occasionally have visions of future. 2 years after planet Vegeta's destruction and Goku's birth, Beerus has a prophecy that an arch rival called as a Super Saiyan God would appear in the future, and that did happen. But even this great power can sometimes fail. Which states that Beerus' premonitions rarely becomes a reality. He had a dream about a pop star idol moving to his world, but unfortunately it didn't happen. My man Beerus is cultured. The next technique is God of Destruction Wrath. Wrath of the God of Destruction, or HAKAI Shin no Ikari, is a finger beam used by Beerus. In the manga, Beerus uses this attack in order to destroy a planet, while in the anime, he prepares it to kill Vegeta after their battle, but gets stopped when he was slapped by Bulma. In the Battle of Gods, he uses this attack during the battle against Goku in order to increase the size of his Spear of Destruction.
Give up and accept your planet's fate!
Upon being sighted by Garana and his squadrons of soldiers, Champa utilizes this attack to obliterate him. The next technique is energy nullification. Of course, Beerus cancels the combined ki blast that he and Super Saiyan God Goku made at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. There's also HAKAI Shin Toppo eliminating Frieza's planet bursting blast with a small piece of energy destruction. Beerus is able to cancel out energy attacks, which are capable of destroying the entire universe. According to Beerus, it's a complicated technique that requires 100% of his power. He even uses it to neutralize Goku's Kamehameha. Even back in Dragon Ball Z, Goku demonstrates this ability to cancel out Ki Blast with his bare hands while fighting Majin Vegeta. If we want to really get technical about it, then by definition, anyone who can simply tank a Ki Blast with minimal efforts can cancel out said energies out. Kid Goku did that in the Krillin's Kamehameha just by putting his palm up way back then. The next and the last technique he uses is cloning ability. Cloning or Bunshin is the general ability to split into several identical duplicates to fight as a group. To attack his opponents in all directions, Beerus can create clones. This looks similar to the technique mastered Ultra Instinct Goku uses against Whis. Whether the power is shared among the clones or whether they are powerful as the original one is still unknown. Beerus uses it to attack Goku from all directions once in the Dragon Ball Super. So these were all of the techniques that Beerus has used up till now in fights. As being a fanboy of Dragon Ball franchise, this was really a fun video to create. Beerus might have shown a lot of techniques by which we can speculate how powerful he must be, but still, we haven't seen the 100% of his power of the Lord Beerus, which we will never know when we will get to see. Anyway, leave your thoughts about this video in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I post daily anime content about top 10 top 5 listings, anime reviews, recommendations, news, theories and all sorts of anime content on daily basis. So if you enjoyed, please subscribe, and that was it, and I'll see you in the next one. Sayonara.